So today we're talking about the Westchester Double Hung by Sierra Pacific. Their classic, gorgeous, high-end double hung window. It's a historically accurate product, and there's a lot of benefits to it and a lot of things that can be said that really show it some accolades. So the Sierra Pacific Westchester, this one is showcased with a clear coat on white oak, just a gorgeous look. We did matte black hardware on it, beautiful little finger lifts here that are available, and it just offers just a gorgeous view to the outside from the interior. You can see here on the jam carriers, there's no real visible mechanisms or anything like that. There's just that beautiful black shadow line that carries the hardware within it. So it's just a really sleek, clean view. There's not a lot of parts and pieces or anything really visible to it, because they've all concealed it behind the scenes. Really bang up job on it. And the fact that they do that black liner behind the scenes, that black carrier, I think really just adds a touch of class to it. And it's something that a lot of other manufacturers don't do. They'll do like a gray or a white or beige, something like that. That black behind there just makes it disappear with that shadow line. Speaking of shadow lines, something that's really cool is their true warm edge spacer technology. Now, true warm edge spacer technology means that in between the glass, when the glass is put together, that spacer is not a bar. Like most companies would use a stainless steel spacer or a black anodized aluminum spacer. They use a no metal spacer. So that's going to help with performance, that's going to help with contraction and expansion, but visually, something that's exciting about it, it just adds a classic just shadow line to it, similar to like the jam carrier. Your eye is not drawn towards it, your eye is just drawn past it. And I think that's a really beautiful touch, in addition to the performance value of it, that this is just included. A lot of companies, it's gonna be an upgrade to go to a black spacer, where they just naturally have that as a standard. That's something that we're really a fan of when it comes to Sierra Pacific. They kind of pick the great options without making that an upgrade. It's just automatically what most folks would gravitate to. Really smart choices. Speaking of the lock sets, the Westchester typically will have two locks on it, and they're just going to unlock there, and the tilt feature is built right in the sash there. Now you would just push this lever in place, and that's going to allow that to tilt in. Really nice feature, really clean and sleek, that there's no tilt latches on here, and I think they do a nice job in making it clean and sleek with that beautiful little spoon lock there, which is so important. So many times window companies will have these locks in place and they're these just giant pieces and they don't look so good. They really captured a beautiful, simple, sleek, classic look with this spoon style sash lock. As far as divided lights go, they do simulated divided light. So it's two panes of glass and they permanently will apply these bars on here. These are called grill bars or divided lights or muntins or muttons. People call them so many different things, but for the most part, divided lights or grills. Now, if you don't like that pattern, that's okay. If you don't like this profile, that's okay. Sierra has a ton of options when it comes to the widths of the profiles as well as the styles of the profiles. So this is an ovalo, or they call it traditional. They also have a contemporary, which is just squared off, and they have a putty, which is just a quick beveled edge on either side for the divided lights. So there's a lot of ways that you can play with their product lines, and there's a lot of ways that you can really personalize that product to make it for you. So something that already appears custom and made for you is even more so by all those different details and options. And if you say, hey, I want to do a different pattern here or something, just ask. That's really what's great about them as a company. Now they do a tall bottom rail on this, so it kind of looks like that early 1900s classic wood window look. Really a fan of that, that's gorgeous. They do a really small 1.5-inch check rail, and it's deep. So it's a nice, thick, deep check rail, but is narrow here, just has that classic early 1900s look to it. I think they really nailed it. Sierra Pacific exterior glazes this window. So what does that mean, exterior glaze? It means they're going to drop the glass from the outside in. So they're gonna stop the glass in place, and then the cladding, the aluminum on the exterior of the window, is going to go over the top, and that's what holds the glass in place. So on the inside, you're not gonna see any sticking profiles or anything like that. It's all to the outside, so it provides a pretty clean window. I think that's a nice touch, where a lot of companies will be interior glazed and you can match the sticking profiles with the grow profiles. Also a good look. Some folks don't like the line that would be around where sticking is, and I think the Westchester's win on that when you look at that. They have this little profile in here, this little lip here, which I think echoes nicely with the traditional grill bar. It's just that little fluted edge, very small, very minimal and sleek, so it still lends itself well to the other profiles if you choose to do so, but it's got that traditional wood window look with beautiful options. I mean, whether it's alder or walnut or mahogany or white oak or pine or one of their 9 interior paint finishes, you can really make this yours. As far as the beauty of the inside and what's shown on the outside, we're gonna work on the outside next, but what a gorgeous window that's available at a pretty aggressive price point when you consider its counterparts and what they're going up against. I think dollar for dollar, they're not anyone to mess with, that's for sure. It's a great option when you consider the league and the price point that that window falls into. Let's check out the outside. So this is the exterior of the Westchester. What a gorgeous window, historic applications, what a beautiful product to look at. It is crafted in just clean lines, and the construction of it just speaks to a classic premium double hung window. Now this one is deep plum, which was a standard color offering, is now still available in a custom color if you like, but the options are really available. Sierra, again, has 50 standard colors to choose from. There's textures, there's finishes, there's a lot to play with. And what's really great about their finish, not only is it an AMA 2605 finish, most companies will do a 70% polymer flake. They do a 100% polymer flake powder coat finish, which allows them to extend a 30-year warranty on the exterior finish of this window. Unprecedented compared to other companies out there regarding that specific finish. So not only does it meet AMA 2605, it exceeds AMA 2605 finish, and it's a powder coat, which is a no VOC, electrostatically applied paint finish that's gonna last for years to come and maintain that gorgeous finish that's on there. Now let's talk about the sill. Underneath the aluminum clad is a fiberglass product underneath there. So as far as rot, decay, anything like that, not a concern. They have a ton of standard sizes. The windows can be made to massive expanses, just like you'll see here for the minimums and maximums. And with that, the casings on the outside can be included too. So you could do a flat casing with a standard sill or a larger sill. You can picture frame the casings. There's a lot of ways to play when it comes to the Westchester. Now we talked about the tall bottom rail on the inside, as well as that 1 3/4 check rail. Now I think it's worth mentioning twice because it's really what I think captures the real beauty of this window, and it's that tall bottom rail. It's just that classic wood window look, and that 1 3/4 check rail, really beautiful. And when you look at just the depth of that shadow line and that architectural view, and just the overall sight lines of that and shadow lines that are incorporated with that, they just did a great job on this window. From the exterior, this one's putty on the outside, but you have your option of contemporary or traditional. And again, play with the widths of the bars, whatever you like. As far as the sash on the outside, again, it's exterior glazed. With Sierra Pacific, the exterior is always going to be a beveled sash, and you're not gonna see any sort of glazing bead or anything like that because of the way they construct their window. So there's no issue on the interior if something's interior glazed with that interior glazing bead, nor is there any exterior glazing bead. It's just completely encapsulated, and it just offers a beautiful, clean, sleek look. Sierra Pacific dollar for dollar when you put them where they are in the market for what you get and what's offered and the options that are available, the Westchester is something that is really a great window and something absolutely to consider for a project if you're looking at that premium window market. So if you're interested in the Westchester Double Hung by Sierra Pacific or any Sierra Pacific product at all, we would love to help you. Please contact us, info@mammothmillwork.com.